What's up, guys? It's Chris with Thunderbolt Defense, and I'm going to do a video today about cleaning your guns. Okay, so I'm not going to show you how to clean your guns, but I'm going to address something that I see commonly in the training community, and high volume guys, tactical guys, competition guys do it. Lots and lots of guys do it. But what I see is this thing where you don't have to clean your guns. 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 And then there's guys like on the internet and they're like, oh, look at my gun. It's got fucking, they open it up and they show you the inside of the gun and there's fucking grease and carbon and it's all fucking dirty. And they're like, my gun runs 100%, right? Okay, cool. First of all, I see guys like that in class all the time. My gun runs 100% and their gun does not run 100%. I also used to be a fuck cleaning guy. So for me, what I would do is, I would run my guns and be like, oh, I can put 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 5,000 rounds, and all I do is add lube and it works. And then you do stuff like you shoot weak hand only or support hand only, or you shoot from a weird position, or you add something or you subtract something, or the ammo changes, or it's raining, and then all of a sudden your gun doesn't work anymore. So once I started to run into little intermittent problems like that, I definitely went back to being a clean your shit guy. Now, that being said, I don't mean clean your shit like every single time you shoot 2 rounds, you do a full, take the whole gun apart, scrub everything, get it inspection ready like you were going to turn into an armor, that type of clean. It's not what I'm talking about, okay? So I'm going to show you my carry gun right now. And then I'm going to show you a gun that I do use for work because obviously I work for Cobalt. And I'm actually going to clean this gun today. I'm going to show you and tell you why, okay? So this is a carry gun, all right? And this is the primary gun that you need to keep clean, right? So this gun gets carried pretty much every day now. I would say 95% of the time. Okay, you see inside of the slide, not too much carbon. I don't shoot it a whole lot, but I do get in there and make sure that I wipe it down and all that. And then you look, you see the rails are not super dirty. This one might be getting a little on the dry side. It's been a couple weeks since I cracked it and lubed it. So I'll probably lube it. In fact, I'll actually do that right now while I'm talking to you guys. All right, and the reason why we're keeping this clean is because this is something that I am going to save my life or the life of my family with, okay? So it's akin to, yeah, you can probably drive 2 or 3 miles back and forth to work every day if you live close on a car that you don't change the oil in at the regular maintenance schedule, but you probably wouldn't go on a road trip like that. And if you knew that your car broke down and you didn't make it to work, you were going to get fired, you probably would maintain your car, right? So this is something that's going to save my life. So I'm going to do my best to keep it clean without being a nutcase, right? Like I don't have to pull the fire control group every time and clean it like that, right? I just need to make sure there's no debris in it, make sure there's not a ton of carbon buildup, keep it lubed in the right spots. And all I did was on the rails, on the 320, there's 4 points where I do it. And then this doesn't need it right now. And a lot of times I'll just put it right here, but it's got a little bit on there still. So I'm gonna let it be. Now I'm going to show you a gun that's probably unacceptable, that I was basically shooting a lot. I wasn't carrying it. I was shooting it a whole bunch. And I do treat like a training gun a little bit different than a carry gun, right? I might not need to do it as often because I'm not betting my ass on it, right? So this gun has probably reached an unacceptable level of cleanliness per my standard, right? So you see we've got a lot of grease in there, a lot of carbon and buildup and stuff like that. And it's not that this is going to stop the gun now. It's that if I let it continue to go and go and go without wiping it down, it's going to become a problem. And then it's going to become something that I crack it open to look at it. And instead of taking me 2 minutes to clean, it's going to take me 10 or 15 minutes to clean. And then I'm going to not do it more. And then it's going to get worse. And then eventually the gun's going to stop running. Okay. So all I'm going to do, right, for this gun is I've got a bunch of crap in here. Okay. I'm just going to wipe it out. Got it. Like, that's it. That's it. I'm just wiping it out. I'm just wiping the crap out. Okay. Now this gun's rails actually like a little bit of grease a whole lot. So we're gonna do this grease in here. And if you use like, I don't want to talk about what lube to use or whatever. Like you can use some, I use this Lucas grease because it, you know, it's good. It works good. And other people will use other variations or things that they like. I also like Slip 2000. Just depends on whatever whatever shop I'm needing to get some lube from has at the time. Okay, and that's it, guys. That's all I had to do. Like, it's not, you just wipe it out. Like, wipe it all the way the fuck out. Don't just add lube on top of garbage that you can get out by taking an old t-shirt and wiping it out, right? Now, like, this is a gun that's another training gun. I don't use it for defense or carry, but look at it. That's got tons and tons of rounds on it. And all I do is every 500 to 1,000 rounds, I just wipe it out. It takes me 2 seconds. I just wipe it out, right? I probably will add a little bit of lube to this one, although this one really just doesn't need it. This gun recently got shot. I recently put like 1,000 rounds through this one, probably. And see how it's not super dirty, okay? It's not super dirty because it didn't start super fucking dirty, right? I pay attention to my shit. Wipe it down, re-lube it, move on. Takes 2 minutes, okay? I'm gonna show you now a rifle that's a little unacceptable. Now, this is my demo rifle from Cobalt. It still runs, okay? It runs great. Primarily is run suppressed, so it is a little bit dirtier in the action. Lube dries out faster. I definitely use, I'm gonna get the bolt wet for this, for this gun. But if you look, right, that bolt is super duper dirty, right? So I'm gonna go out to some dealers today, right? And I'm gonna show them this gun and I'm gonna say, hey, you wanna see my gun? You guys wanna buy some Cobalts and really, you know, have a high tier gun, and we're gonna shoot this gun. This gun needs to run. Like, I can't go in there and be like, oh, well, here, it's got 5,000 rounds on it without me cleaning it, and they run good or whatever, and then all of a sudden they have a malfunction. They're not gonna give a shit that it's dirty or that it's a high round count or whatever. I've been in a gun shop before where a dealer has come in and done that, and then the gun didn't run, and they were like, oh, well, it's got a lot of rounds on it without me cleaning it. Well, okay, fuck you, dude. I don't trust your gun now. So this has reached a little bit of an unacceptable level, but look, it's gonna take me 2 seconds to unfuck this, right? So boom, take that out. I don't need to do anything else. I just need to get the bolt out, right? Come down here. Okay, I'm using my trusty handy dandy Kinetic Consulting shirt that somebody ripped really bad at ECQC, but there's no way I'm getting rid of this shirt, so it has become my cleaning blankie now. All right, so boom, boom. Easy squeezy. Takes 2 seconds, guys. It's like so fucking fast. All right. So that's got a lot of the superficial carbon off of it. And what that's going to do is it's going to prevent it from building up aggressively to where I have to do stuff like get a scraper out and take the whole bolt down and X, Y, and Z. And if you look in an AR-15, you can see where stuff rubs, right? You see the little shiny right there by the, and you see how you can see the Cobalt logo now? It took me 2 seconds. Spray, 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 wipe it down. Slip 725 is awesome. All right, you can see the Cobalt logo now, and you see where the shine is here and here. That's where it rubs on the inside of the receiver, right? Same thing down here. Those are your rails, so to speak. And you see that bolt's, you know, relatively clean now. It's not taking a whole bunch. You're not taking a whole bunch of stuff off here. Let me get a clean, that's a clean finger right there. See that finger's clean? And there's just a little bit of superficial stuff on there, but that's okay. And we're gonna put lube on it now. We're gonna throw it back in the gun and we're gonna move on with our life. And now I can go do my demo and not worry about like, oh man, I hope my gun works. I hope my gun works and then I don't look like an asshole in front of this guy. it's important to do this stuff, especially like with an AR-15 and when you're shooting suppressed. If you're doing a DI gun, it's super, super, super important to make sure. And I would actually say that right now, because this sucker's pretty dirty, okay, at least by my standard inside. I'm just gonna take my rag. I'm just gonna get my finger in there and look at all that. Look at all that shit coming off, right? So, and it's like, oh, well, your gun should run with that on there. Yes, it should run with that on there. It definitely should. But you know what? Sometimes they don't. And if you shoot enough in weird positions and weird situations and you trust your life to guns in enough situations, you'll probably start taking your guns that make you money, that you do your job with, you'll probably start taking those seriously and making sure they're at minimum wiped down. And that's it. Like, guys, that's all I have to do right there. I did it. Okay. So that's wiped down. And this is bare minimum stuff. That's all wiped down. And I'm actually going to do the grease on here. Okay. I like the grease. I'm going to put it where the rails are, especially when we're suppressed and we're getting this gun real hot. Okay, that's great. I'm just gonna do. Easy squeezy. Okay, boom, boom. A little more right here. Beep boop. And that's it. You don't have to go wild with it. All right. The other thing you can do is, like, if you use like to get some on the bolt and the bolt lugs in here. Okay. But if you use like a thinner lube like this that I put on the first pistol, what I do is I just cover the bolt in that stuff. Just cover the whole thing in that. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got to do. I don't have to do anything else. Pop charging handle back in. Beep, 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 doo, doo. And we're ready to rock. Okay. It, like, you think about it, right? So in 12 minutes, okay? In 12 minutes, I got 3 guns back into what I think is an acceptable envelope for cleanliness. It's not hard, guys. You're not flexing on anybody with a dirty gun. I get it. You shoot a lot of ammo. That's fucking cool. All right. There's also something to be said for, like, if you heard, like, this is my carry gun. Like, why isn't this a carry gun? Well, this gun with range ammo that I use, and this gun with the range ammo this gun with duty ammo and this gun with the range ammo that I use, they kind of shoot the same. So this gun gets all the mileage and this gun gets significantly less, because I don't want to break this gun, because this is the gun that I'm going to save my life with. All right, if I break this gun, it's not a big deal because it's backup gun, or it's training, not a backup gun, it's a training gun, right? So this gun's going to go in my holster now. I'm going to carry this gun around confidently all day that it's going to work, because I know that it's clean and I know none of the parts are broken, okay? And I'm going to be able to go to my demos today with my rifle that's clean and ready to go. And I'm going to be able to go and shoot matches or train or practice or do whatever with these guns that I know are ready to go. And so you guys know I'm not bullshitting. I've got a couple other carry guns up here. Okay, this is carry gun. And you see, relatively clean. It's got a little, the lube is still there. That's what's going on there. Relatively clean, right? It's got it's a little dirty. This one's gonna be dirty, actually, now that I realize this, because I ripped this one a bunch of rounds last week and didn't clean it. So we definitely need to clean this sucker. We'll actually do it right now. So, boom, boom. It's not too bad, but it could use a wipe down. That yellow right there is from the paint coming off the spring. But yeah, it could use a wipe down and a relube, but it's doing pretty good too. We'll put some grease on this one too. And like, how many guns did we do just now, guys? We did like, what is this, the fourth gun that we've done? Like, do you not have 2 minutes? And I'm like talking and like explaining stuff while we're doing this. Do you not have 2 minutes to unload your gun, break it down, wipe it down, reload it, and move on with your life? You've got all this time to shoot bazillions and bazillions of rounds, but you can't wipe a gun down that's going to save your life? Come on. You definitely can. You definitely have time to do that. All right. So this gun actually feels a lot better now that I did that just from wiping it down. So anyways, back to it. Like, take your guns apart, especially carry guns, wipe them down, lube them. It's not hard. It's not the end of the world. You're not going to die from fucking taking a gun apart, lubing it, and moving on with your life. And it's not a flat. Like, people that use guns like for real, or have done that before, when you post your gun that's like got 5 billion rounds on it and it's super dirty and you're just like, oh, just relube it and go. Like, the vast majority of dudes like look at you and go, well, they know you're playing with fire with that. All right. And I'm not saying you have to get stuff inspection ready, but you don't need it. Your gun shouldn't look like a fucking inside of a garbage disposal that you just dumped a bunch of bacon grease and fucking burnt steak down. Like, that's not what your gun's supposed to look like, guys. All right. Hope you had fun watching. Have a good one. See you later.